Because yo, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back. Arsenal versus Brentford 1-1. I am more than okay with this result. I am more than happy. I know Arsenal fans aren't too happy. They think they should have won. And yeah, they could have won. They definitely could have won had they had their starters. They weren't playing their starters. They came in the second half with Lewis Skelly, Saka, Odegaard coming in. And I am glad that they rested these players. If anything, I think they introduced all three of these players way too early, way too early. Just because of the injuries. I thought Saka was going to get injured on that cross way towards the end. I think he risked a little bit too much. A really good play, getting past I think two players and then crossing it in. I mean, good for him. He put in the effort. He gives everything. You know, he's hungry. You could tell he's got a lot of desire to play. Very hungry ever since coming back from his injury. And I think that's why actually he messed up. He missed that goal, that huge mess up from Flecken. And I don't know, that first touch should have been towards goal. I don't know why he waited. I'm gonna say it's because he's coming back. He's still a little bit rusty, but that needed to go in. That should have been a goal. That definitely should have been a goal. So Arsenal had a bunch of opportunities, definitely with Martinelli, Nwaneri. Who else? Trossard. Marino at one point also had an opportunity. The goal that was given away from Tierney, definitely an offside. And that was really good from Nwaneri because it was like three, I think almost 2-3 in a row, corners, and then the center, and something was going on with him and maybe I'm mistaken, him and what's his name, Zinchenko. I felt like Zinchenko was asking him to give him the ball constantly, or it was probably just a set piece. I don't know that they set up, that they had planned. Really good on Nwaneri for just persisting and not giving up in that play and finally spotting Tierney for the goal. Too bad it was an offside. So there were a bunch of opportunities, and I was just praying. I was crossing my fingers that nobody was going to get injured. At one point, I thought Martinelli, that was it. That was gone. He was out with that horrendous tackle from Nordgaard. I don't know what his excuse was because you see him talking to Jorginho. What was he trying to say to Jorginho? That it wasn't that he was going to get to the ball, that he was trying to get to the ball first? Well, he didn't. He absolutely didn't, and that needs to be a red card, straight red card. And that would have been a foul, I think, in any decade that I've been alive, like the 2000s, the 2010s. That would have been a foul anytime, any given decade. So thankfully, nothing happened. Thankfully, he was okay. Brentford definitely wanted to go for the win. Brentford did have opportunities with Ayer, Wizza, and Mbuemo. Mbuemo, I thought, did really well in defense. I mean, everybody at one point from Brentford was playing defense. And Flecken, I thought Flecken had a really good game. He made so many saves, except obviously the Thomas Partey. And that goal from Raya, the pass to Declan Rice, and Declan Rice going towards the middle to try to get as much space for Thomas Partey. And I thought Thomas Partey was gonna center it. Thankfully he ended up shooting. I didn't expect him to shoot like that. I thought he was gonna cross it. I thought it was actually a cross shot. And ended up going right above Flecken's head. So good win in my opinion. Honestly, I thought that was a really good game from Arsenal. They're no longer focused. I don't think it's about them completely giving up on what are you giving up on? Like, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna really get to first place. I think they're secure for the Champions League, and I think that's the most important thing. They're in second place. If anything, if you're going to say you're going to get mad at Arsenal, you should be getting mad at them for the whole season. The whole season that Manchester City are not doing well, and this was the opportunity. It should not have been Liverpool in second place. It should have been Arsenal. It should have been Arsenal. After how many years? 2 years at least I've been watching, and they've been doing everything to get to that first place spot, and they absolutely botched it. That's the only thing I think Arsenal fans should be getting upset about, and that's already said and done. That's done. That's over with. Focus right now on the Champions League. That's your saving grace right now. That's where the focus should be at, because you have a really good chance not only getting to semifinals, but actually reaching the finals. Actually reaching the Champions League finals after how many years. So I am stoked. I'm looking forward again, like I said before, for that game. And really, there's nothing else. There's nothing else to add to that game. I mean, they were playing with 10 men. You guys were playing with 10 men. Jorginho came off. It must have been really bad. I thought he was just faking it, but it must have been really bad for them to only play with 10 men, because they already made the 5 subs. So I mean, credit to Arsenal, if anything. You guys played with 10 men. And what can you do when you don't have an attacker? I mean, Kai Havertz was never, to me, in my opinion, he was never an attacker. I know he was scoring goals and everything, and so was Gabriel Jesus, but he was never an attacker. You guys, again, another thing that you should get upset about is not, at the last transfer window, not getting a striker. That's when you should have gotten yourself a striker. I don't know what's going on with Arteta. Maybe it wasn't just Arteta. And it was the board that decided not to get anybody. But that... you guys did yourself a huge disservice, because you needed to get yourself a striker. You look at all these other teams and they got like strikers. Even Aston Villa has 3 three, four, five strikers, right? And Arsenal have nothing. What on Trossard? On they're gonna like depend on Trossard, on Marino, on what Odegaard, on Saka now. And huge credit to them because they almost got a foot in the quarterfinals. So yeah. So anyways, guys, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.